Hello, thanks for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your August monthly horoscope for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Every time I share some content, you will get an alert. Also, if you'd like to get your free daily horoscope to your device every morning, please see the link below this video and you can sign up. Also, if you'd like to take advantage of my fabulous offer of a 12-month forecast, a character analysis based on your time, date and place of birth, totally unique to you, to give you searing insights of your future prospects and potentials, please also see the link below. That is 30% off. Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your monthly horoscope for August. As this month begins, Venus and Mars, the two co-players in the game of love, are in the sign of Virgo, which is your sister Earth sign. Now this is a fantastic opportunity for you to be much more explorative in your approach, whether it is to relationships, but remember Venus also governs money. And Mars, exalted in your sign, is very much about desire. So in the 9th house, this is pushing you to be a bit more explorative in your approach. This could see you with a real zest for travel. If you're lucky enough to be going away with a new beau and spending some time together for the first time in a different setting, it could prove to be very exciting. But there are some practicalities for you to grapple with at the start of this month, because on the very first day, the Sun is combining with Mercury in your sector of shared resources. Anything to do with business or investment, entrepreneurship, loans, probate, insurance, even taxation comes sharply into focus. But your ruler, Saturn, is a cool cat, and it really is quite an exacting influence. And there may be something in your everyday financial situation which needs to be taken into account. You need to be mindful if you are thinking about doing something that's much more imaginative in terms of your future, which is what the 8th house could be about. But also if you are in a shared business venture or you've got an investment in something, there could be some kind of niggle or detail that comes into the open in the first 4 days of this month, which you do need to consider. Now, the other thing, of course, is that your ruler Saturn had been in that very difficult tense right angle with the planet of freedom and independence and truth, Uranus, since the second week of this year. Now, that's come to an end. But it's weird how both Saturn and Uranus are going to be very impactful at the start of this month. And Uranus is in a right angle with the Sun in your 8th house. If you're in a romantic relationship where you feel very crowded and you even feel that your partner may be a little controlling or limiting of your freedom to be an individual, or they're possessive, or perhaps you yourself may ask yourself the question of whether you're manifesting these kind of more negative behaviours. The fact that Uranus is squaring with the Sun suggests that there can be some energy that needs to be dispelled in a more constructive way. Now, you can do that on the back of the new moon in Leo on the 8th. And that will provide a backdrop of energy for the next 3 weeks and into the first week of September, because Uranus is involved in the mix. And that's why I say it's quite ironic that Saturn and Uranus are so active at the start of this month. But also because Venus and Mars are in your sector of freedom, if there is a relationship, whether it's a business you work in, whether it's a financial provider where you've had loans or you've had debit or credit cards from, and you don't feel that they're offering you the very best of the deal, Uranus is pushing you to become free, especially with the support of Venus and Mars. So some kind of transition, a tension at the start of this month is really possible, but I think it's going to be from the 11th of August where you really start to feel the vibe that things are opening up for you in a more exciting way. There is a quarter moon which occurs on the 15th in the sign of Scorpio. Now for you, that's friendship. So if there's a friendship where you feel someone is a bit needy or possessive or jealous or controlling, it may be that you're wanting to look at for the week from the 15th. But on the 16th, Venus moves into the sign of Libra, which it governs. Now this is really important because this is your sector of success. So the energy of the sign of Libra is very similar for you as to your own zodiac sign's energy. So success can definitely be brought to you by the skill of your negotiations, by the strength of your professional relationships. So although Venus and Mars continues to be, along with Mercury, and from the 22nd, the Sun in your sector of freedom, you're being asked to be mindful of the expectations other people have in terms of any kind of structure or organisation. But you're someone who's a very shrewd operator around that, because you understand that we have to turn up on time, we have to be reliable, we have to send in reports and emails when required. You know, you really put in the application. That's one of your great talents. So Venus here is just giving you an extra asset in terms of how you marshal telling people about your skills and qualities, and that can spotlight your talent. But I think you're craving for some kind of greater variety and spontaneity at the end of this month, and it could be around your work as much as any of your personal interactions. Now on the 20th, Uranus in your sector of self-expression, of creativity, of children, goes into retrograde, and through to the 17th of January, you may need to rethink some part of your situation where you feel you're either too confined, or perhaps there's a situation where you're or have been getting too much freedom and you have to show more application towards understanding what others want from you. But the 22nd sees a rather delightful event. We have a blue moon, and this blue moon is in your second solar house of everyday money. But this one, unlike the one before, which a month ago at the very start of Aquarius forged the semi-sextile to Jupiter, this one forges a conjunction. So Jupiter has been influential on both, but this one, especially after what happened with Saturn opposing the Sun and Mercury at the start of this month, gives you an opportunity to improve your finances or to feel better about yourself, your self-worth. But then later in the day on the 22nd, the Sun travels into Virgo, joining up with Mercury and also Mars. So that change agenda is back on. And if you can, it does depend for all of us on how the COVID fight back is going on. If it is becoming more under control, the chances are you will want to get away towards the end of this month. And if you can do it last minute, it will give you more of a buzz than if it's something pre-planned, to be quite honest. There is a clash between Mercury and Neptune from the 23rd to the 27th. If you're examining a document, someone puts a proposal to you, do very carefully analyse the small print, because Neptune can distort. Mercury is strong in the sign of Virgo, but even here, Neptune can create some kind of misunderstanding. Someone could actually be profoundly dishonest, so just be aware of that. Then on the 30th, Mercury moves from the sign of Virgo and arrives in Libra, joining up with Venus. So you have Mercury in the 10th house. This is a great place for Mercury because it's very businesslike, and Mercury is the planet of commerce. So if you do need to do interviews, presentations, you need to do some professional training, this is a perfect moment to trigger some kind of alteration in your world of work, or even around any kind of responsibilities that you may have. If you have your own business, you may be thinking about changing things a little bit towards the end of this month, perhaps pivoting towards new opportunities, and those opportunities may be very much to do with overseas business possibilities, and your ability to see things in a wider way is really emphasised this month. So it starts off with a bit of a tug, a bit of a push and pull, But I can't stress enough that the Sun's conjunction, cazimi, it's so close with Mercury at the start of this month, is a huge possibility. It's just you need to use your natural, not cynicism, just cautiousness to check out an opportunity before you make a final commitment. And remember, whatever the planets are doing above us, and of course so above as below, but equally it's our own decision making which really puts us firmly in charge.